Good evening and welcome to Breaking Views on NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. In less than 24 hours, the country and specifically the coast of Gujarat is bracing for Cyclone Biparjoy, which has been put in the severe cyclone category. There is a lot of anticipation, a lot of groundwork that has happened because this could potentially, in fact, cause a lot of damage on the path that this cyclone is. What we also know at this moment that though the speed has slowed down a bit, but that's not a relief in any sense. When it does make the landfall, which would be tomorrow at the Jakhau port area of Gujarat, it could be, between 4 to 8 p.m. And at that point of time, we would see the real intensity as far as the cyclone is concerned. So what we have decided today on Breaking Views, will give you a complete lowdown, an update of what's happening, what are our preparations. Let's just very quickly first start with the 5 top latest developments as far as this cyclone is concerned to bring you up to speed with what we know so far as this cyclone goes. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued red alert in 9 states and union territories of the country. Over 50,000 people have been shifted to shelters in Gujarat. Union ministers have reviewed the preparedness as far as the cyclone is concerned. That includes the Home Minister and also the Health Minister, apart from the Gujarat government. Gujarat Chief Minister held a high-level meeting as well. 69 trains of Western Railway have been suspended and 19 NDRF teams have been deployed across Gujarat. It's not going to be an easy task, ladies and gentlemen, once this cyclone makes a landfall and to deal with the repercussions as far as the cyclone is concerned. Where is the cyclone right now? Let's just very quickly give you a sense of this cyclone, what you see at this moment. It's about, what we've been told is, this is the live tracker, it's about, in the Arabian Sea, it's about 250 kilometers from the coast of Gujarat. It has changed its direction a bit. It was heading towards Karachi. Now we see it has turned a little eastward towards, in fact, the coast of Gujarat. And what we are estimating this to be, what we have learned from the experts, at about 250 kilometers off the coast of Gujarat, the cyclone is at this moment. And when it does, in fact, hit the coast of Gujarat, expect wind speeds of between 130 to 150 kilometers per hour. It's, you can't understand in that kind of wind and rain conditions. The structures which are not permanent, in fact permanent structures can get damaged, but semi-permanent hutments, they can potentially become missiles in themselves. That's the biggest danger as far as these cyclones are concerned. My colleagues Tanushri, Sohit are on the ground in Gujarat getting us the latest. First, take a look at this report which has been sent by Sohit, which gives you a sense of how the administration is preparing to deal with Cyclone Biparjoy.
Right now what we can say is that heavy winds and heavy tides is visible at the Mandvi beach, and that's why all of these areas, if you look at it, the people have been evacuated from here, and it is being said that once this cyclone actually reaches over here, the winds will go up to 150 kmph. There are barricades that have been placed 3 kilometers away from the beach. There is GRD and other officials who are present over here as well, who are stopping the people from reaching over here. As you rightly see on the other side, the beach is clearly empty. There is no one over here because no one is allowed. Now what you see behind me is a boat that is being repaired over here, and this is an artificial ramp which has been created after they came to know that there is going to be a cyclone that will hit this coast. Because if they won't make this ramp over here, then this might impact the boat on which they have been working for the last 1 to 1.5 years. Raw materials for the same is coming over here as well. We'll try to speak to some of the locals over here as well. अगर ये आप लोग नहीं बनाएंगे तो नाव पर कैसा असर पड़ेगा?
पानी आ जाएगा भाई।
पानी आ जाएगा तो क्या इसका नुकसान होगा? नाव पर नुकसान होगा इसका?
नुकसान, लाद नीचे चला जाएगा।
नीचे चला जाएगा। और ये कितने दिन से ये काम चल रहा होगा?
ये 15 दिन हो गए।
15 दिन से जब से पता चला है। सो since the time they came to know about this cyclone, the work is being done. Ahead of the Biparjoy cyclone, what we are seeing is that especially in the coastal areas, there are two type of evacuation that is happening. Number one is being done by the authorities, and number two, what you see over here is that relatives and family members themselves are making some preparations and arrangements and shifting to some of their safe places. आपका नाम बता दीजिएगा, आप लोग कहाँ जा रहे हैं और क्यों जा रहे हैं?
मुंद्रा जा रहे हैं।
हाँ।
मुंद्रा इधर बीच जैसा है ना, इसलिए जा रहे हैं।
अच्छा, ये जो तूफान आ रहा है उससे पहले जा रहे हैं। कितने लोग हैं आप लोग और कैसे?
16-17 गाड़ी में।
16-17। अच्छा, एक बात बताइए, यहाँ पर आप लोग क्यों नहीं रुक रहे हैं? क्या कुछ कहा गया आपको?
कुछ बीच जैसा नहीं, पानी आएगा तो सबको दिक्कत होगी इसलिए।
Either people are making their own arrangements or going via the arrangements made by the administration, but the point is clear, they want to shift to a place which is safe, because now it has been said, since this is a low-lying coastal area and this would be an impacted area when the cyclone actually hits. So a lot of preparations being done and arrangements are being made either by the administration or by the people themselves. Joining me right now is Inspector of the NDRF, Mr. Basant. Sir, जिस तरह से आपने बताया, यहाँ पर अभी तक से जो अधिकांश लोग हैं उनको हटा दिया गया है। गांव-गांव जाकर आप संक्षेप में बता दें क्या कुछ किया जाता है, क्या कुछ बताया जाता है?
वहाँ पर जाकर लोगों को अवेयर किया जाता है यहाँ के, ठीक है, साइक्लोन के बारे में, कॉजेज और इफेक्ट्स के बारे में, और उनको डूज एंड डोंट्स के बारे में बताया जाए, ठीक है। और यहाँ पर लोगों को एक सुरक्षित स्थान निर्धारित किया गया है, शेल्टर होम बनाया गया है, वहाँ पर मूव आउट करने को बताया जाता है और एक ही जगह पर उनको इकट्ठा करके वहाँ से जैसे गाड़ी की सुविधाओं से उनको मूव आउट करते हैं।
As you see, it's raining, but despite that, the NDRF team is on ground ahead of the cyclone, evacuating the people present over here. What you see over here is the evacuation that is being done by the NDRF, where the women and children who are staying right on the right side, what you see is the seashore. So those villages which are present near the seashore, from there the evacuation of the NDRF is continuously going on. And आप लोग कितने लोग हैं माता जी, और आप लोग कितने दिन वहाँ पे रहने वाले हैं वो बता दीजिएगा। कब तक के लिए आपको बोला गया है जाने के लिए, आप बता रही थी?
2 दिन बोले ना। हाँ,
और क्या क्या सामान लेके जा रहे हैं आप लोग?
सामान कुछ नहीं है,
ये इस पे क्या
पहनने के लिए
कपड़े लेके जा रहे हैं? तो अच्छा, और क्या बोला गया आप लोग को कि वहाँ पे जाना चाहिए? क्या करना
जाना चाहिए आपको?
चाहिए ना, यहाँ का माहौल अभी अच्छा नहीं है ना, इसीलिए। हाँ, इसीलिए
मानवी की परिस्थिति खराब है। So as you hear, these are the buses that have been arranged. The women and children are present. This is the final stage because most of them have been already evacuated from here, and there are remaining few who are now leaving from here.
More or less about 45,000 people have been evacuated from their homes. Sohit is joining me live at this moment to give us a sense of what's happening on the ground at this moment at 8:30 in the evening, just less than 24 hours before the cyclone makes the landfall. Sohit, just give our viewers a sense of what's happening where you are at this moment. Wind speed, I've been told, is picking up, and so is the rains.
Well, Ankit, what we can say is that the impact of the cyclone is clearly visible at Mandvi, where we are currently present. As you could see, there is heavy wind over here, and at the same time there has also been heavy rainfall in several other places. Now we are in Mandvi, which is said to be one of the places which will be affected the most, and that's why you will be seeing not only heavy wind as well as rainfall, but even the administration over here is ensuring that when the cyclone actually hits the coast, it shouldn't impact the people over here. So all the people staying at the coast or near the coast, so from coast to 5 kilometers, all of them have been now shifted to safe places. They will be kept in schools and colleges at least the time till the cyclone doesn't pass away from here. Now the impact of this is expected to be a lot. So when I was speaking to the NDRF with whom we have been visiting to the places, the low coastal areas, what they are saying is at the time when the cyclone actually hits, even they won't be able to help anyone because the wind will be around 150 km per hour. So even they will be waiting for this cyclone to end, and after that only they will be able to help people. And that's why all of them who have been staying near the coast have been taken away and kept at a safe place, and all the precautions are being taken. In fact, the figures that I have is that more than 34,000 people have been evacuated in Kutch area of Gujarat itself. there are around, let me tell you Ankit, there are around 9 towns that have been completely shut down, and people, there are around 12 NDRF team that have been deployed in Gujarat as of now. Western Railways has cancelled around 95 trains running through, originating or terminating in Biparjoy affected areas of Gujarat. Schools obviously are shut in most of the coastal lines. But yes, Ankit, when I am standing over here, I can tell you that the impact could be felt over here. The winds are very strong, and that's why even we are keeping a safe distance while reporting. And let me tell you about the administration work. What has happened is that administration is also very strict. So even when we are coming here, we have been given or told us, they have told us where to stand. There is all the record that is being taken, how many people are there, only media people are allowed. There are barricades around 2 to 3 kilometers away from the coast so that no one reaches over here. So
Thanks, Sohit, for joining us. Please be safe while reporting on this cyclone. Let me very quickly at this moment to also introduce some experts, those who understand what is happening on the ground and the preparations for it. We are being joined by Prasanna Kumar, NDRF Commandant. He is in Bhuj, Gujarat. He is on the ground, on ground zero, in fact, making sure that all preparations are done. We are also being joined by Mr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra. He is the DG IMD. So thank you so much, gentlemen, to both of you for joining me at this moment. I want to start by asking you, Mr. Mohapatra, if you can give us what is the current situation. It's just about 24 hours before the cyclone makes the landfall. What's the current situation, sir?
As of now, the cyclone Biparjoy is a very severe cyclone storm. Its wind speed is 140 to 150 kilometers per hour near the center. It has weakened slightly during past 24 hours, and also it will weaken slightly during next 24 hours. When it will reach the coast, it will be a very severe cyclone storm with wind speed of 125 to 135 kilometers per hour, gusting to 150 kilometers per hour. With this wind speed, it will cross Saurashtra, Kachchh and adjoining Pakistan coast between Mandvi and Karachi, close to Jakhau port around evening of 15th. At present, it is 260 kilometers southwest of Jakhau port.
Sir, stay on with me. Mr. Prasanna Kumar, how are you preparing as far as this cyclone is concerned? We saw the NDRF teams evacuating people. Sohit, my colleague, was also telling us that any rescue operation or any kind of operation can only be started after the cyclone has passed.
Yes. At present, we are doing preventive measures like evacuating people and informing people and canvassing people to go to the safe locations. This is our preventive measures. Our relief work starts after cyclone hits the landfall. Cyclone after getting landfall. So we are continuously monitoring the weather reports given by IMD, as well as working with the district administration, as well as with sister agencies. So our work, major relief work will start after landfall.
Mr. Mohapatra, I just want to understand from you. You said that though there is some weakening as far as this cyclone is concerned, it has considerably changed the direction as well. Should people see this weakening as some sort of a relief, sir?
There is no relief. It is a very severe cyclone storm. It has the impact of causing large-scale devastation, large-scale damage. So therefore, there is no question of relief. We should be fully prepared. We should take all actions. And for that purpose, we are continuously monitoring and updating our warning and advisory every 3 hours. There could be large-scale damage to the structures like small huts, mud houses, tin houses, asbestos houses can see large-scale damage. There could be uprooting of big trees like mango trees. There could be uprooting and bending of telephone poles, electric poles, and hence large-scale disruption of the power transmission and telecommunications. Also, because of the heavy rainfall, there could be flood situation in different low-lying areas of Saurashtra and Kutch. It can also lead to large-scale damage to the standing crops. There could be the salt spray leading to the visibility reduction, and the strong wind also will affect the railways, airports, and also the surface transport. So therefore, all these transport like say aviation, navigation, and vehicular transport should be regulated, if required should be suspended for 15th. At the same time, there will be a tidal wave of 2 to 3 meters, which can inundate low-lying areas of the coastal districts, starting with Kutch, then Morbi, then Jamnagar, and then Devbhumi, Dwarka, Porbandar to some extent. So therefore, all these districts will have the extremely heavy rainfall and also will have the tidal wave. So combination of both will lead to the flood situation or inundation in certain low-lying areas. So therefore, it is required to people to move to the safer places, those who are staying in vulnerable areas.
Right, that's a very, very important information that you are giving us, sir, that it still remains, the cyclone has the potential of massive damage. Mr. Kumar, you were hearing, in fact, the DG IMD, in fact, speaking to us. When you prepare for the NDRF, what kind of preparations do you do, sir, when you are expecting this kind of a large-scale destruction that potentially could be unleashed once the cyclone hits the coastal areas of Gujarat?
We are conducting regular courses of our troops for this relief and rescue works, how to work in the flood situation, how to rescue people, because swimming is different and rescuing the people while swimming is also different. It's a different art. So we are regularly conducting refresher courses, and before starting this monsoon season, for the last 2 months, we are regularly conducting training also, like swimming, deep diving, and boat maintenance, IRBs, and other things. So we are fully prepared for this type of situations.
I also want to understand from you, in a situation like this, the teams that are sent onto the ground, what kind of equipment do they carry? So what are the things that you are preparing yourself for?
Okay, we have this rubber boats to easily carry out to the various situations, life buoy, life jackets, and we have cutting materials like wood cutters. We have chainsaws and various equipments. We have we carry approximately 50 to 60 type of equipments for this flood water rescue operations. And regularly we are performing duties continuously. NDRF is performing these type of cyclone relief duties regularly. So we are fully prepared for this job.
Right, stay on with me, sir. I just want to understand from you, Mr. Mohapatra, for how long will the coastal areas of Gujarat, how long will they see the impact of this cyclone? I mean, what should be the preparation? What should be the time frame that people should be looking at as far as this cyclone is concerned, the severe impact of this cyclone is concerned?
For the coastal areas, it is the 15th, that is up to 15th midnight, there could be the peak wind speed. After that, wind speed will gradually decrease. By 16th morning, it would start improving significantly. But interior districts, again, towards 16th, the rainfall intensity will increase. Of course, wind speed will be decreased, and the wind speed will be about 16th morning, about 70 to 80 km per hour in the interior parts. And then similarly, the rainfall also will increase over the South Rajasthan and northern parts of Gujarat on 16th. And some low-lying areas can have some flood-like situations, because we are also expecting heavy to extremely heavy rainfall in the interior districts. So from 17th, it will be very clear for the Gujarat.
So from 17th is expected to be clear. Mr. Prasanna Kumar, what would be your advice to people? Because, you know, you are trying to evacuate everybody from the coastal areas. If there are still somebody, you know, people, those who are refusing to go, or they get stuck as far as the cyclone is concerned, what should the people in that situation do before you are able to reach out to them?
Actually, district administration is continuously advertising and giving various messages to the public, and through their channels like revenue administration up to the village level. They are continuously went to the villages, and they are also canvassing to the public, motivating the public to go to the shelter house. They have made sufficient arrangements also, and they are providing food packets and other things. So my suggestion is, it is better to go to the shelter homes and after completion of this landfall and other things, come back to their homes, because life is very important, first of all. And some properties may be damaged, but life is important. So my sincere advice to the all villagers to assist the administration and when to go to this shelter homes. That is my advice.
Right. In the end, before, in fact, we wrap up this discussion, I want to ask you, Mr. Mohapatra, there is also a report which I was reading which says that there is an increasing propensity of these cyclones as far as the Arabian Sea is concerned. What do you attribute that to? And in India's context, how damaging can this be?
See, there is an expert group. I am a member of the expert group internationally constituted by World Meteorological Organization to find out the impact of climate change and tropical cyclones. We analyzed all the cyclones in different ocean basins, and we found that over the Arabian Sea, there is a rising trend in the frequency of intense cyclones, that is extremely severe cyclones with wind speed of say more than 160 kilometers per hour. And these cyclones are showing this rising trend since 1990. And we could come to a conclusion that there is a low confidence to say that it is because of the climate change, because there is a large diversion in the opinion of the researchers about the cause of this rising trend over the extremely severe cyclones over the Arabian Sea.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Breaking Views. Very important advice and how the administration is preparing for it. What are the things that you should look out for? About 17th is what Dr. Mohapatra told us that things should start getting clear. So at least tomorrow and day after, 2 important days. And as the NDRF commandant was giving an advice, life is most important. Don't try any daredevilry. Let this cyclone pass. Important is that everything else can be built, but your life is very, very precious. Take care. We are hoping that there is no damage to the life, not massive damage to property as well. Keeping our fingers crossed, NDTV will get you the latest on this from the ground throughout the day tomorrow and day after. Thank you so much for being with us on Breaking News. News and updates continue on NDTV.